Elon Musk has become one of the most ambitious figures of our time, driven by a bold mission to make humanity a multiplanetary species. I would argue that, on that scale, life becoming multiplanetary is a mission that aligns with his vision. As the CEO of SpaceX, his dream of colonizing Mars has captured the world's attention. From designing reusable rockets to pushing the limits of space travel, Elon is relentlessly working toward building a self-sustaining colony on the Red Planet. How much time before there's regular travel back and forth to Mars? Well, it's going to take a while to build a real civilization. But now, he has shared some disturbing secrets about the moon that have fired up public imagination. I think we've got to have a base on the moon, he said. So, let's dive into humanity's perception of the moon throughout history. The moon has always been a source of fascination for humanity, with its mysterious glow lighting up the night sky for as long as people can remember. From ancient times to the 20th century, our understanding of the moon evolved, influenced by the beliefs, discoveries, and shifting perceptions of those who lived before us. Whether it was seen as a divine symbol, a harbinger of change, or simply a celestial body, the moon's significance was ever-changing. Before telescopes and scientific explanations, people relied heavily on myth, legend, and superstition to explain the moon's nature. In many cultures, the moon was more than just a distant object in the sky. It was a powerful symbol and often a god or goddess in its own right. In ancient Egypt, the moon was linked to the god Thoth, who was considered the god of wisdom and writing. The Egyptians saw the moon as a symbol of order and regulation, with its phases marking the passage of time. Thoth was also responsible for maintaining the cosmic balance, which the moon's cycles mirrored. Meanwhile, in Mesopotamia, the moon was revered as the god Sin, associated with wisdom and fertility. The Sumerians and Babylonians studied the moon's cycles and recognized the importance of lunar calendars in tracking seasons and agricultural cycles. In ancient Greece, the moon took on a more mythological dimension. It was personified as Selene, the moon goddess, who was often depicted riding a chariot across the night sky. The Greeks didn't just see the moon as a deity. They also began to observe its regular phases and wonder about its true nature. Early Greek philosophers like Pythagoras speculated that the moon was a sphere, and they started developing theories on celestial bodies that were later refined by figures like Aristotle and Plato. Yet these early theories were still far from what we understand today. In other parts of the world, the moon's influence was deeply tied to agricultural life. Native American cultures, for example, developed lunar calendars to track the seasons for hunting and farming. The moon was often seen as an essential part of the natural cycle, influencing everything from tides to growth patterns. As civilizations grew and religions took hold, the moon's role in human society became more complex. In medieval Europe, the church had a dominant influence on people's beliefs and understanding of the world. The moon, along with other celestial bodies, was often viewed through the lens of Christian teachings. The Catholic Church, in particular, held on to the geocentric model of the universe, which placed Earth at the center, with the sun, moon, and stars revolving around it. This belief, rooted in the teachings of Aristotle and Ptolemy, was not just scientific, it was theological, tying human existence to the divine order. The moon, in this context, was often considered a symbol of God's creation. Its regular phases, rising and setting every day, were seen as evidence of divine order. The Church also linked the moon to certain religious events and figures. For example, the moon's phases were tied to the Christian calendar, with Easter being celebrated after the first full moon following the spring equinox. It was a symbol of the passage of time and of God's eternal cycle. However, as more people began to question the nature of the universe, the moon began to take on new meanings. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the advent of the scientific revolution brought about a shift in how the moon was viewed. Early astronomers began to challenge the Church's authority on scientific matters, and the moon became an object of intense study. The invention of the telescope in the early 17th century was a game-changer for the study of the moon. Before that, the moon was a distant, mystical object in the sky whose true nature remained largely unknown. The telescope allowed astronomers to peer deeper into the moon's surface, and what they found was surprising. Galileo Galilei, one of the first to use the telescope for astronomical observation, made groundbreaking discoveries. In 1609, he observed the moon and noted its rough, cratered surface, challenging the previous belief that celestial bodies were smooth and perfect, as suggested by ancient Greek philosophy. This discovery was significant because it demonstrated that the moon was a physical, rocky object rather than a divine, flawless sphere. Galileo's observations were met with resistance from the Church, which had long adhered to the idea of a perfect, unchanging universe. His findings contributed to the eventual collapse of the geocentric model. At the same time, Johannes Kepler, another key figure in the scientific revolution, was working on understanding the orbits of celestial bodies. Kepler's laws of planetary motion, which demonstrated that planets, including Earth, orbited the Sun in elliptical paths, contributed to a broader shift in how people viewed the universe. The moon, as part of this system, was now seen as a satellite of Earth, following a predictable path around our planet. By the 19th century, the moon had become a focal point for scientific exploration. The invention of more powerful telescopes allowed astronomers to map the moon's surface in greater detail. Meanwhile, the idea of reaching the moon remained a distant dream. The advent of space exploration in the 20th century would eventually turn that dream into reality. But before then, the moon was largely a realm of the imagination and scientific speculation. These missions have revealed new data about lunar soil, ice deposits, and geological features, reshaping our understanding of the moon's potential as a resource hub for future space exploration. The discovery of water ice, particularly at the moon's poles, has been one of the most significant findings in recent years. This resource is not only critical for supporting human life, but could also be used to produce rocket fuel, making the moon a potential base for deeper space exploration. However, alongside these scientific breakthroughs, new mysteries have emerged. Some findings suggest that the moon might hold secrets that challenge long-held assumptions about its formation and history. Elon Musk's bold claims about the moon being not what you think have reignited debates and discussions in the scientific community and beyond. His statements hint at withheld information or misunderstood phenomena that could radically alter our understanding of the moon. Musk's insights, combined with the technological capabilities of SpaceX, have also set the stage for new missions aimed at uncovering these secrets. The potential for a permanent human presence on the moon could open doors to untold discoveries about its past and its role in humanity's future. As more nations and private companies invest in lunar exploration, the moon has become a focal point in the race to establish a foothold in space. This renewed interest has fueled both scientific endeavors and speculation about what lies beneath the moon's surface. Ancient myths and modern conspiracy theories converge in this context, with some suggesting that advanced civilizations might have once inhabited the moon, or that extraterrestrial activity has been deliberately hidden. The moon's connection to Earth and its role in human history have always been profound. From influencing tides to inspiring myths, it has held a unique place in our collective imagination. With the advances in technology and Musk's relentless push for space exploration, humanity is now closer than ever to uncovering the truth about the moon's mysteries. Whether these revelations confirm long-standing theories or shatter them entirely, one thing is certain. The moon will continue to captivate and challenge us as we strive to explore the universe. This pivotal moment in lunar exploration promises to deepen our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. The moon, once seen as a distant and unattainable celestial body, is now a stepping stone to Mars and beyond. As humanity stands on the brink of a new era in space exploration, the moon remains a symbol of both our past achievements and our future aspirations.